We participated in a study from the University of Wisconsin that showed how important extracurricular activities are to high school students. And it could be band, it could be drama, it could be theater, music, athletics, certainly is what we're dealing with. Kids need that socialization. They need the structure from adults. This is an opportunity for them to learn lessons that they normally can't get in the classroom setting. Not that algebra and biology and chemistry aren't important, they are, but there are other life lessons that can be learned on the playing field. And that's part of the reason that we're doing what we're doing. That's part of the reason that the coaches work so hard and parents allow their kids to play sports. It's for those extra lessons that they get in the educational setting. And we're pretty proud of what we've done. And again, being here today is evidence of the fact that we've had some success.
So now we're at the end of our fall season. We've had 7 fall state championships, which is incredible to think about in the kind of year that we've had.
Absolutely.
But talk a little bit about, there's been restrictions at every venue. Yes. That's no different this next weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium.
And it's further complicated by the fact that we're going to be inside. And once you go inside, those restrictions are really ramped up. As an example, every person attending next week will have to have their temperature checked. They're going to have to be asked questions about some symptoms that they've been have or have not had before they even admit it to the ticket window to give their ticket to get into the game. Same thing's going to be for the athletes getting off the bus. They're going to take the temperature. They're going to have signed a form that says that they're not been exhibiting signs or symptoms of disease. And then once we get in the venue, we're going to have to practice social distancing. We're going to have to wear a mask unless we're having concessions food. It's more precautions for us to provide for the health, safety, and well-being of our athletes. Now, it's going to look a little different. They're going to be pretty much spaced out, and if you've seen the Colts play at Lucas Oil, we'll look a lot like that. We won't be allowing bands for reasons that go along with the social distancing piece of it. We're going to limit the number of people on the field, and so we're going to do our very best to make sure that this state finals goes off without a hitch, given the parameters and the requirements of social distancing and the corona guidelines. But we're very, very pleased and excited to have 6 state championships next weekend on Friday and Saturday, and we're certainly looking forward to having everybody come in and have a great time.
And it all goes back to that. It's just incredible that we're even in the position to hold these 6 state championships next weekend. Assistant Commissioner Robert Falcons, thank you so much for joining us today, and we're going to send it back to you guys in the booth.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Being a man used to be simpler. You guard the cave, provide sustenance, honor thy name. A handshake sealed the deal, and a word was a promise. Today, things are a bit more complicated. We try to impress people we don't know by acquiring things we don't need. We have friends lists, but few real friendships. Things like integrity and kindness have fallen by the wayside. How can we know if we measure up when the scale is constantly changing? The Freemasons believe that a man's job is to be the best version of himself possible, to pursue truth and self-discovery, to give more and take less. We connect with our fellow man so that we may learn from each other, to challenge one another to live up to our highest ideals. We believe a man should be judged by his strength of character, his willingness to make sacrifices to improve both himself and the lives of those around him. For hundreds of years, the Freemasons have helped men find more meaning, to make connections with other men in a way that truly matters. For those seeking a deeper sense of purpose, a chance to make lasting friendships. To reach higher, to find more.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Rivalry night on the north side. Welcome inside the Eagles' Nest at Heritage Christian High School, where the 3-1 Eagles are hosting the 8-1 Warriors of Covenant Christian here on Indiana SRN. With my broadcast partner Keith Myers, I'm Kurt Darling. Keith, this is a game that both of these schools look forward to every year, especially given last year these two teams were fighting in the semifinals of the sectional round of the state tournament, and that ended up going the Eagles' way. But nonetheless, the Covenant Christian Warriors looking for a little bit of revenge tonight.
Game we had, the semifinal game that we had at Cecina High School, a great game, a really close game until the fourth quarter Heritage spread it out the game and really won it big. Circle City Conference game. For Covenant Christian, they win this one. They are 4-0 in the conference with one conference game left. And that conference game is next week against Gary Catholic, a game that SRN will have on the webcast. So they could clinch a conference championship or even a tie tonight with a win.
And of course, on top of a win for Covenant Christian as well, not only does it have Circle City Conference implications, but you're also 2 or 3 games out from the city tournament, which is fast approaching here in a couple weeks.
And that seeding draw has already been taking place. They are at the 3rd seat for the first time in school's history. It was very impressive. With Cathedral number 1, Addicts number 2, Covenant Christian 3, Tech 4. So it could really get you snowballed. But they're looking for this game and then on and on and on. But very impressive start. Got to bounce back for a tough loss they had against University.
Covenant Christian, they've been able to play 9 games this season, coming off of their first loss of the season. That was to University just a couple of days ago. Final score, it was a 60-57 affair, but they were able to start the year with 8 straight wins. But then on the other side, you have Heritage Christian, who has just not been so lucky this season. They have had a whole bunch of issues where some of their players themselves have had COVID, and they have also had to deal with other teams having to deal with COVID issues as well. But nevertheless, they have had a lot of games postponed and rescheduled. Still, they are 3-1 to start the season.
And you talked to Coach, and what did he say? He says we can't get traction, but he was real impressed with the comeback against Tri-West. They struggled the first half, came back, won that game against Crawfordsville, a team that was much better, came back and struggled, lost that game, but we're very impressed with the intensity that this team has, and they're very much inside, they're very strong.
They're coming off of a win against the Bruins of Tri-West. That game played right here at the Eagles Nest. Of course, that is a team that Covenant Christian will be playing here in just a week's time on January 16th. That game will be taking place right before the city tournament is set to go off starting on January 19th, which is 10 days from now. Looking at the conference standings, as we were talking about there, Keith Myers, Covenant Christian looking for their 4th conference win of the season, but Heritage Christian, in spite of the fact they've only been able to play 4 games, they are in 2nd place behind the Warriors.
Yeah, 1-0. I mean, you look at this conference and you look at the other teams. Gary Catholic has not played for 12 days. Their first game is next Friday against Covenant Christian. So you look at Roncalli's playing well at times, but just can't get a conference win. But Buff struggles a little bit too. This is an interesting conference, especially this year, but chalk it up to 2020, I guess.
And you've got a couple players as well here for Covenant Christian, or Heritage Christian rather, that are going to be getting a couple starts here tonight. You have a couple of different players. They've had to change up a lot of their lineup this year because of the up and down issues that they've had with their season. But nonetheless, you're going to be seeing a lot of Miles Colvin tonight, who has definitely been one of the rocks that's been holding this team together.
I watched 2 of their games that we've had before I came to tonight. He is just so much better than what he was last year. He's stronger, he's faster, he's not afraid to take the ball to the hole, and you can tell he's played up in AAU, and that has affected his game greatly. Very good player, but he's got a cast around him that can also. John McElmore starts tonight. Boy, I tell you what, you leave that kid wide open, and he's going to knock down threes after three after three.
And you definitely have a lot of talent there, of course. Colvin is averaging 24 points a contest here this season, and he is shooting a whopping 49% from the field. You can't ask for much better than that if you're head coach Warren Wallace. Now, from Covenant Christian's side, though, they have a 20-point scorer of their own. That is Trey Flatt, who is the son of head coach Scott Flatt.
Yeah, Trey goes as the team goes. Trey struggled a little bit last week against University. Buckley picked up the pace, scored 20, but Trey will go and get it done. He's not afraid to hit the floor, and I will tell you what, the floor is going to be dirty and it's very impressive because his uniform will be dirty as well.
Indeed, it will be. Trey Flatt going to be drawing a lot of attention from some NAIA and D3 schools such as Lincoln Christian, Trinity Christian, and even getting a look from Franklin College down there in Franklin, Indiana as well. Looking to get a lot of big performances out of him here tonight. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll go over all the starting lineups and Keith Myers' keys to the game. You're watching IHSAA Basketball here on Indiana SRN.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 160,000 participants here in Indiana who take part in high school sports.
Never miss a big game by downloading the IHSAA TV app for free on any device. For your iPhone or Apple TV, check the App Store. On your Android or Android TV device, load up the Google Play Store. Have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick? We have the app for you. Check us out on Facebook Live, Twitter, or YouTube Live by searching for IHSAA TV. Or as always, click to IHSAATV.org for quick and easy access to your favorite IHSAA live and archived events.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Meeting the starting lineups here at Heritage Christian High School. It is a rivalry matchup in the Circle City Conference. Heritage Christian hosting the Warriors of Covenant Christian. With Keith Myers, I'm Kurt Darling. Keith, let's go over the starting lineups for tonight's contest.
Yeah, let's first of all, for Covenant Christian, number 2, Grant Shelton. Number 3, Trey Flatt. Number 4, Brian Lomax. Number 20, Micah Wilson, and number 23, Brooke Buckley. They're coached by Scott Flatt. For Heritage Christian, number 10, Jack Belt. Number 11, Miles Coven. Number 12, Alex Bremer. Number 30, Aaron Wiggins. And number 31, John McElmore. They are coached by Coach Wallace. And 3-1 against 8-1. Keys of the game real quick, Kurt. For Heritage Christian, they just have to eliminate the turnovers. They got to control the tempo, and they got to win the battle of boards. For Covenant Christian, they just got to come out and shoot the ball much better than they did the other night. They have to isolate on the big fella. That's 31, so you're going to watch the little bit of isolation there. And then they just got to get on the floor and get the 50-50 balls and get this crowd, as maybe as small as it is, this loud gym gets very, very loud, and that's got to be very successful for them to get that done. Very quickly, hello to AG. Thank you very much for watching tonight, and everybody that's watching tonight. This should be a great contest because this is Circle City basketball at its best.
Covenant Christian Warriors and the Heritage Christian Eagles. Heritage Christian under the tutelage of Warren Wallace in his first year. He is 3-1 to start the season. He is also was once an apprentice of the great Jack Kiefer over at Lawrence North before he made his trip over to Heritage Christian. Scott Flatt in his 16th year as the head coach of Covenant Christian, where he is an even 500, 174, and 174 in his career. And the opening tip, controlled by Heritage Christian, were underway and going right to the hoop, but gets his pocket picked as Miles Colvin. It goes out of bounds, and Covenant Christian will get the faux pas first possession of this contest.
Covenant Christian wearing their black unis, and Heritage Christian wearing their beautiful white uniforms. Somebody just must have cleaned those up because it was nice.
And now you see Trey Flatt, the son of head coach Scott Flatt, going to be seeing a lot out of him tonight here. He gets it over to Micah Wilson, who's double-teamed. And then a no-look pass underneath. Spin move up top there is Brock Buckley.
Buckley going off to where he left off the other night. Had 9 points the other night against University in the first quarter.
And that was en route to a 20-point game overall. That was a season high for him, as Heritage Christian is struggling to get it across the timeline, and they eventually do so.
Got a space to floor. There you go.
Tough defense being played by Micah Wilson of Covenant as they get it outside to Jack Bell. Pulls up at the elbow and leaves it outside now to Wiggins, who will reset the offense. Pass up top, 3 on the way, and he gets home there. Good shot there by Heritage Christian to get things moving. And that was Alex Belmer on the 3-point play, gives him a 3-2 lead, and there's a steal for Heritage Christian on the other end. Belmer dribbling into the paint, kicks it back outside. Here's Colvin through the legs and gets the foul. That's going to be on Trey Flatt. That'll be his first. Let's take a look at this 3 here from Belmer. Just excellent setup here to get him open.
Nice ball movement. You know, they struggled a little bit, then they reversed the ball. Belmer's right there, knocked it down.
First team foul of the game by either team for Covenant Christian. So here we have Belmer. No look, backdoor cut underneath. What a play there to set up Andrew Wiggins.
Got to yell for help, somebody.
Flatt kicks it back outside to Buckley. He drives the baseline, gets the block, though, there from Wiggins. Somehow, though, Shelton comes up with it, and Lomax will reset the offense. Flatt fakes the 3-ball, starts his dribble, tries to split the defender, and getting a hand on it there, it appears, was Colvin, but Flatt somehow gets the second chance opportunity and lays it in.
How about the strength for Flatt?
Wide open again is Belmer, nothing but net.
2 3-pointers, deadly.
Good start here for Heritage Christian as Flatt putting his team on his shoulders. Colvin gets a hand on it. Quickly in transition, here comes Belt, and he's fouled as he gets to the baseline.
Wilson tried to cut off the baseline and bumped him. That's Wilson's first.
And the second on Heritage Christian, or Covenant Christian, excuse me. 2.5 minutes into this contest, and Heritage setting themselves up nicely here from the early going. Belmer picks up his dribble. Outside to Colvin. Colvin splits the defenders from the elbow, pulls up, nothing there. Lomax battling for the rebound. Colvin tries to put it back, and we have a whistle. And it appears it's a Covenant foul. Indeed it is. That's Lomax.
Didn't hear the whistle at all. Did you?
They just stopped playing.
Yeah.
And so this puts Wiggins at the foul stripe for the first time tonight. And he rims it off the front of the iron. No good. As Wiggins has not shot a lot of free throws this season. In fact, coming into this contest, he is 4 of 6. And he doinks the other one as well, so it is 0 for 2 on that trip as wide open underneath. Can't get the layup to fall, does Sheldon. And Colvin goes coast to coast and lays it in. And that's Colvin's first field goal of the night. Micah Wilson leaves it over now to Shelton.
I tell you what, they are on glue of Flatt.
Flatt pulls up for a long 3. That's just off the mark. Lomax tries to get the offensive rebound to go. Nothing through doing there as he is very outmatched with the size down low.
Well, you got 6'2", 6'2", and you're trying to shoot over it.
A.J. Neal off the bench, pulls it up, gets it to go. And this is a team in Heritage Christian that has a lot of talented bench players. As you see, another big block there by Colvin. He already has 3 blocks tonight, a couple of those against Trey Flatt himself.
And how about the quick start that Covenant Christian had, and now Heritage, as they have been all year long, bouncing back, 8-0 run.
Halfway through the first quarter, Flat nearly loses the handle, but gets it back into the paint. And a nice move behind the back of Colvin, but unable to connect. And here comes Colvin again. Euro step, can't get the finger roll to go. Buckley comes up with it, and Flat hit in stride, and he lays it in.
Now that's their game, running up and down the floor, getting turnovers, and then fast break points.
4 points now for Trey Flat. Colvin pulls up from the elbow and can't connect there.
Oh, nice pass.
And somehow again cannot get it to go, does Shelton. That's the second foul, second team bunny that he has been able to miss so far, as Lomax picks up his second foul. So now everybody catching their breath here after a couple of very quick transition plays from both teams.
Look at Belt. You could tell Belt is just so much energy coming out of him. But, man, I tell you what, great first 5 minutes of play for Heritage Christian.
McLemore leaves it now for Wiggins. Back to McLemore again. Again, can't split the defender. Turns around and outside to Neal. Belt holding it on the wing. Neal tries to drive the baseline. Euro step along it and gets it to go.
I don't know how that went in, but it's good to be lucky.
Flat tries to answer. And just some stingy defense down low by Heritage, but finally is Buckley able to connect. 4 points for Buckley, 4 points for Flat for Covenant. As we see a foul. Give that one to Michael Wilson, his second yet again.
Already.
Team foul number 5.
Yeah, already 5 team fouls.
And Heritage does not have any fouls to start this contest, as we are at the 2.5 minute mark.
And Tony Flat checks into the ball game, so they go from speed to more speed.
Tony Flat, the younger son of Scott Flat, the younger brother of Trey Flat. Definitely had an excellent football season, did both of these Flat brothers.
So does Kevin Christian winning a state championship.
Indeed. McLemore. Nothing there. On the offensive rebound, though, is Cobb. Another chance for Heritage to get some points. Belt can't do it again. Cobb gets another rebound. And there's Belmer for 3. That's the first miss he's had from behind the arc. And Flat. Spin into the lane. And just can't connect there again.
Can't be out of control. Got to be in control.
McLemore back outside to Belmer. Checking up. Belt with a nice easy lane, and he can't connect. Flat finds Buckley on an alley-oop layup.
How about Buckley just run into the basket? Tony Flat sees him, and now they cut it within 4.
6 points now for Brock Buckley. As Covenant Christian not letting some early miscues keep them out of this contest. Neal spins on Flat, kicks it back outside to Belt for another 3. Buckley comes up with it. And Buckley, Euro step, teardrop, goes in for it.
How about 8 already on the night? Like that kid.
Covenant Christian now on a quick 6-0 run, as you see Heritage Christian call a timeout. And it will be a full timeout for Heritage Christian. We'll be back in a minute on Indiana SRN.
Hey, it's Keith Myers from Indiana Sports Radio Network. Well, thank you that you're watching the game tonight on Indiana SRN. If you would like to know more information about Indiana SRN, send me an email, coach@indianasrn.org. As vice president of this company, we hope that you sit back and enjoy the game. It's Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
$14-12 here. late in the first quarter with Keith Myers. I'm Kurt Darling. Keith, let's take a look at this alley-oop here that's really helped fuel a 6-0 run.
I mean, that is on a rope. That is a football player, a football quarterback throwing it to a wide receiver. 2 points. That's what the Colts needed today.
Exactly. Both of these players, Tony Flatt and Brock Buckley, on the state championship winning Covenant Christian team this season. It has been a heck of a year athletically for this school.
Not only Buckley plays basketball, he's also a great baseball player.
Heritage Christian trying to snap a 6-0 run here for Covenant Christian. A.J. Neal loses the handle on it. Coming up with it there is Graham Shelton, and he has Buckley. Buckley has a lane, puts it up, nothing there. Lomax trying to get it out, and Tony Flatt comes up with the ball, but it was actually out of bounds before he got possession, and it is Eagles basketball.
And if you're new to the basketball game, it's not a new rule, but Buckley went out of bounds. He cannot be the first one to touch the ball unless he establishes position. Up in the air does not include established position.
Belmer bringing it in transition, goes behind the back, picks up his dribble, has to get rid of it, and he gets it over to Cobb. John Henry McLemore from the elbow, back outside. Belmer for three, just off the mark.
They have numbers.
Trey Flatt splits the defenders, somehow gets it to tip back in. It looked like that might have been a Heritage Christian player that put it up. Nonetheless, the points go to Trey Flatt.
I tell you what, you get it to the closer player that you're there, they went in.
Now an 8-0 run for Covenant. Blocked out of bounds by Graham Shelton. Let's take a look at this replay here, Keith.
Yeah, you watch this.
Somebody tipped that in.
Belmer that tipped it in.
Either way, the points go to Trey Flatt there for that one. Of course, there are no own goals in basketball.
Yeah, that's right.
Outside three on the way for Heritage. At the buzzer, it goes through. Jonathan Dortch gets the shot to fall, making it 17-14 for Heritage after 1 quarter of play. Back in a minute on Indiana SRN. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel and watch more than 700 archive games today. Just check us out at Indiana SRN at YouTube.com. With Keith Myers, I'm Kurt Darling. Let's take a look here at a couple big replays, one in particular here.
Now, there was 1 second left on the game clock. That's a quick, I don't know. There's no replay, but you see Mr. Flatt not real happy with that. JV score, by the way, Covenant Christian wins 51-43 on a great comeback by Heritage Christian. They were down as many as 17 in that game.
In the first half, Brock Buckley with 8 points for Covenant Christian, 6 points for Alex Belmer to lead Heritage Christian. But, of course, the Eagles have done a much better job of spreading out the ball as Trey Flatt unable to connect on a long three. But you see here for Covenant, only 2 players in the scoring column. That's Trey Flatt and Brock Buckley.
Yeah, Buckley got him united now, and Flatt, with a couple of points here and there. Foul was on Flatt. That's the team's 6th.
That's Tony Flatt's first foul of the ball game. A.J. Neal holding it on the wing. And almost there's going to be a foul away from the ball here. It almost was a 5-second violation. Instead, they're going to get Jonathan Dorsch with his first foul and the first foul by my scores book for Heritage Christian of the game.
Right you are, Kurt. And let me tell you, coaches notice that.
Tony Flatt gets it back to his big brother Trey Flatt, who drives the baseline, double team, fades away. Nothing there. Offensive rebound doesn't go again there for Jaden Ashley. Quick in transition underneath is Andrew Wiggins.
Coven did that all on his own because he just struggled and got the pass up.
Jaden Ashley checking up over to Flatt. Tony Flatt from the elbow into the lane, blocked from behind there. They're going to get Colvin for a little bit of a hand check there. As the officials converse. So it is going to be Colvin getting his first foul of the ball game, second for Heritage Christian, and Tony Flatt at the line tonight. And Trey Flatt, having a season high this season of 52 points. That was in a whopping win over Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, he had a great holiday tournament down in Morristown, also one of the most valuable players of that tournament. 50 points. Hey, it took me 50 points to do my career.
There you go. And Trey Flatt is also a player who has not scored less than 10 points this season. And in fact, he did score 3, actually. That's the only time he's ever had less than 10 points this season. And, of course, it was a 3-point loss by Covenant Christian. That appeared to be the difference as Dorsch unable to connect. And Flatt pulling up in stride, nothing there.
If you're a shooter, you just keep shooting, right?
That's the theory.
Okay.
It also depends on if you're able to keep making them. As spin move by Colvin, finger roll doesn't go.
Well, if you're Ben Wood like we do on Sunday night, he never gives up the ball. He just keeps shooting the ball.
Coast to coast goes Ashley. First points of the night by somebody not named Trey Flatt or Brock Buckley for Covenant Christian. And now that cuts it to 1. This is the closest that the game has been since the start, as you have a offensive foul there by Colvin, as Trey Flatt was able to establish position. That is Colvin's second foul of the night. And foul number 3 of the half for Heritage. Next foul by Covenant Christian that's committed will put Heritage Christian in the 1 in bonus. As we tick inside 6 minutes left in this first half. Flatt loses the handle, tipped out of bounds, and we get a foul coming up on Heritage. And give that to John Henry McLemore, his first.
Covenant Christian has just changed the pace of this game and going constantly inside.
Brock Buckley, he has 10 points.
First lead of the game for Covenant Christian.
Heritage had at one point an 8-point lead. Dorsch tries to answer with a 3, and he does. Dorsch has really come on alive off of the bench for Heritage Christian. Buckley tries to answer. Nothing there. Size advantage down low by Heritage with Wiggins. Belmer leaves it now out to Riggle. And there's a foul coming up. They're going to get Riggle there, as he may have had a little bit of a screen. That was not much legal there. Either way, you get Bryce Riggle with his first foul.
Looked like spacing there, and he grabbed a hold. I don't know. He called it, so you got to live with it, right?
Heritage Christian has 10 points off of their bench tonight in Jonathan Dorsch and A.J. Neal. Meanwhile, Covenant Christian has really been carried by Trey Flatt and Brock Buckley, as you see Tony Flatt with it, giving it back to Trey. Tony Flatt up top. Buckley. Back outside. Into the corner. Buckley for three. He can do it all tonight. That's the first three ball he has, as he now has 13 points to lead all scorers.
I know he plays baseball, but man, he could get a basketball scholarship the way he's playing tonight. Great player. Wow.
He answers the Jonathan Dortch three from a couple of possessions ago, and it is now back to a 1-point advantage. As going into the lane, McLemore feeds it down low to Wiggins.
McLemore's very good at that. Passing the ball off ball.
Flatt tries to answer. Can't connect as he is swarmed by Heritage Christian down low. And Dortch has to bring it himself. Outside, faking the shot. Shot on the way there from Mason Kay. And nothing doing there as Kay will pick up his first foul of the ball game.
So it was 6-0 in fouls. Now it's tied at 6-6.
So in the first quarter, it was Covenant Christian committing all the fouls, and now you have Heritage Christian doing the exact opposite here in the second quarter. Inside 3.5 minutes left in the half. Ashley over now, Trey Flatt. Buckley. Delayed shot underneath. And Brock Buckley is having himself a night. He had 20 points against University. He is well on that pace here against Heritage.
You know, when you feel it, you just got to give him the ball.
Riggle has it. Three on the way, and he hits.
Tell you what, good shooting tonight.
That is now 13 points off the bench from Heritage Christian as Trey Flatt will get called for the offensive foul. Mason Kay establishing his position.
Watch Buckley here take the ball to the hole. When you film this, I mean, that's
a good delay.
Yes.
And a good presence of mind there by Buckley. As once again, it's a 2-point advantage for Heritage Christian. And we have a whistle, making sure we have enough substitutions here on the other side of the floor. McLemore gets it over to Mason Kay. Kay now leaves it for Neal. Into the lane goes Neal, feeding it down low to Wiggins, spins around along the baseline, and he gets it to go.
Almost like a give and go. Wiggins just went right to the basket. Nice play.
8 points now for Andrew Wiggins. As it appears, Luke Shelton is in the ball game. He fires a three. In correction, that's going to be Fabers. Can't connect on the shot, and it goes out of bounds, and a foul, it goes out of bounds and back to Covenant Christian. So you've got John Fabers into the ball game here for Covenant Christian wearing the number 1 jersey. As Tony Flatt splits the defenders, puts the shot up and can't connect. It touched the outside of the backboard, so that is out of bounds, and it will be Covenant basketball, or Heritage basketball. Still a 4-point advantage here as it is inside 2 minutes to go. Now it's going to be Covenant basketball, as it was tipped by Heritage Christian. Ashley off of the floater, nothing there. Neal comes away with the rebound. Stingy defense by Ashley as Belmer's finally able to get it across the timeline. And now Jack Belt will set up the offense. Belmer back outside to Neal.
A lot more patience this time down the floor.
Neal, right to the rack he goes, can't connect. Shelton comes away with the rebound. Ashley, long pass to Buckley. Up top, Shelton for three, and he hits. Graham Shelton can't connect on the layups, but he's able to get it from outside.
As bad as the rhythm is for Covenant Christian, they're right in it.
Inside the final minute now of this first half. Belmer into the corner, Kay. Neal with Buckley on him. Belmer up top, kicks it back outside to McLemore, and now Neal again. 30 seconds left. McLemore has to get rid of it. He finally does. Stingy defense by Covenant Christian as we have a whistle, and a timeout is going to be called by Heritage Christian. It's a 30-second timeout. Did you know Indiana SRN streams more than 300 games a year that reach millions? If you would like to help us put kids first by advertising with Indiana SRN, be sure to contact us at coach@indianasrn.org.
Indiana SRN has 15 big games for you, including the Girls City Alliance games and tournament. It all begins Tuesday with Washington taking on Purdue Poly, Cecina or Addicts taking on Heritage Christian in the Girls City tournament. On Thursday, Heritage Christian and Herod and the two semifinals of the Girls City tournament. Friday, Guerin Catholic Covenant Christian, the city championship game. Washington Shortridge, Marion Tech, Covenant Christian, Greenwood Christian, girls. And then Saturday, Bloomington North Guerin Catholic, the Pioneer Conference Championship game for girls. Tri-West Covenant Christian, Leadman and Heritage Christian, and Park Tudor at Greenwood Christian. 15 games on the network.
You can also get a lot of information about those games by following us on Twitter at Indiana SRN. Get updated scores, game day schedules, and much more at Indiana SRN on Twitter. So out of the timeout, it's a one-point ball game as we have 10 seconds left in this first half. A.J. Neal loads up a three from the corner, and what a shot by A.J. Neal. Not something you normally see out of him. 2 seconds. Fabers at the buzzer will not get it to go, and it is a 4-point advantage for Covenant Christian going into halftime. Lots of shooting in that first half there, Keith Myers.
A lot of fun, a lot of shooting. Pace is hectic, but nice hectic, if you will.
Let's take a look at this last three from A.J. Neal. Just, you don't expect this kind of shot from this kind of player as you see him loaded up here from the corner.
Yeah, so they just left him alone.
And thus able to take advantage of that opening. It's halftime here at Heritage Christian High School. We'll take a timeout when we come back. Second half action coming at you next. You're watching Circle City Conference basketball action here on Indiana SRN.
You got a broken door, trapped car, you can't buy time.
We take it very seriously and take pride in being responsive.
We have all of Central Indiana covered from Martinsville,
Avon, up to Anderson,
to Cicero.
There's always somebody in your area.
It's important that we're able to get there, same day because people's time is valuable.
On our trucks, we carry just about everything we need to fix a garage door right then and there.
Sunshine, rain, or snow, we're good to go.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 21 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
More fixing, more finding, more being original. Unique like this, trendy like that. More designing this, arranging that. More saving, and then more making it happen. More of your space looking like this, and more of you feeling like that. more excitement, more savings, more furniture, more rugs, more flooring, more affordable luxury from RG Decor.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Piper Group Warehouse has a strong commitment to their clients as their logistics provider. If you would like to discover how you can improve your service levels while lowering your overall cost, Piper Logistics Group can help. Call Greg Piper today at 317-396-3916. Piper Logistics Group.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
I am Heritage.
Heritage Christian. We are Heritage.
I am Heritage.
We are Heritage.
Halftime about over here at Heritage Christian High School inside the Eagles' nest, and it is a 4-point advantage for the Eagles going into the second half. With Keith Myers, I'm Kurt Darling, and Keith, a couple things we've been noticing here as we've been breaking down the stat sheet is the fact that Miles Colvin for Heritage Christian held to 2 points in that first half, but nonetheless, the guys that were able to pick it up off the bench, 16 points off of the bench for Heritage Christian.
And if you're Coach Wallace, you got to be going, my star has not yet developed yet tonight, and yet we're doing pretty well. Good job, bench. And you got to, the confidence level for your bench has to help you midway where you are, because you're only in game 4. You got 10, 12 games left. This could be a tough out coming sectional time.
And, of course, one of the players that's actually been able to keep Covenant Christian in this game is the play of Brock Buckley, who came off of that 20-point game against University. Well, he had 15 points to lead Covenant Christian in that first half.
And he just took the ball in his own hands and went to the basket aggressively. Had a great first quarter, had 8 in the first quarter. Then we saw him late in the game, knock down a big-time 3, so he's dangerous anywhere on the floor.
Indeed he is. Trey Flatt adding 8 points as well. He's their leading scorer on the season. He's been able to at least get the job done there. Be sure to never miss a game and watch it as many times as you like. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe now at Indiana SRN. Be sure to get the notifications in place as well, and just go to YouTube at Indiana SRN. Second half underway here at the Eagles' Nest, and it is Heritage Christian getting things going. As Wiggins kicks it back up top to Colvin, all the way around the horn to McLemore. And now Belmer holding it.
Be very interesting how they go, because it's almost like a matchup zone here for Covenant Christian. And what Heritage wants to do is hit that 3.
And they do not do that, but Colvin, who was quiet in his first half, is able to get things going here in the second half. He now has 4 points. Lomax, who sat the entirety of the second quarter for Covenant, is back into the lane here, as you see Shelton under again, unable to connect on those layups.
Too far underneath the basket.
In the corner, Belt for 3. Can't get that to go. He gets his own rebound, but there's a foul away from the ball. It's going to be going against the Warriors. So give that one to Trey Flatt. That is now number 3 on number 3 in the first of the half.
I did not see that foul. I saw the fall down, but I didn't see the push. But he's literally trying to clear out the lane.
Inbound stolen there by Wilson, and he hits Lomax in stride, who lays it in going to the floor. And that is Brian Lomax's first points of the night. As you see, Covenant getting into some defensive trouble here early. A steal by Buckley. Euro step inside. Can't get that to go, but draws the foul. He's going to the line.
How about Buckley's not afraid to take the ball to the basket? I mean,
well, especially driving it there on Mason Kay, who has definitely a few inches and a few pounds on him as well.
Mason Kay's second foul of the night.
As you now have Buckley in his first trip to the foul stripe tonight, and he's able to rattle that one in.
You know, they get knocked down on the floor, goes to the mat, and then gets up and knocks down a free throw. I get knocked down on the floor, I'm staying on the floor.
Buckley goes 1 of 2 at the foul stripe. Getting the offensive rebound, though, is Covenant. Can't get that to go. And Neal comes away with it. He gets it across the timeline to Riggle. Correction, that's Thompson. Asher Thompson into the ball game for the first time tonight.
He's played a deep bench tonight, Kurt.
And as we mentioned, 16 bench points in the first half. Neal trying to add to that total, as is Kay. He can't get that to go. Buckley loses the handle on that one. Neal comes up with it. Driving in, splits the defenders, does Neal. Nothing on there, and Asher is able to come away with it. And now here comes Shelton. He hits Lomax down low, and he lays it in.
Unselfish play, great play.
Dortch comes quick, and underneath is Kay, but reading that play perfectly is Wilson. And he kicks it back outside to Lomax for three. Just a little strong, and a little bit of rough and tumble there going for the ball. They're going to get Heritage Christian. No, it's going to be Buckley with the foul. That will be his first.
Buckley went straight up, but he did make contact. Pretty good. Now, it's almost like a hockey game. He puts 5 new players into the game. It wear you out.
Playing a deep bench. In fact, as it stands right now, it looks like he has Coach Wallace has played every single player except Braden Timmering on his roster tonight.
That's amazing. And maintain a lead.
McLemore dribbling it back out. Looking into the corner, almost losing it is Wiggins. Colvin holding it up top. Wiggins in some traffic. Gets some help from McLemore inside. Stolen now by Wilson. That's the second steal now by Jaden Ashley. He leaves it for Shelton, who thinks better of the three-pointer and kicks it back out over to Wilson.
He thought right.
It was going to be a contested three-pointer there had he pulled the trigger, as it's still a 1-point advantage for Heritage. Buckley trying to give the Covenant Christian Warriors the lead, and he does so. That is now 18 points for Brock Buckley today.
Going to match his season high.
Colvin, he pulls up for a three of his own. Just a little strong. And Wiggins somehow able to come up with the rebound in that double team from Covenant. Colvin takes it right to the rack this time.
How about Colvin? That's a big-time play, folks. Takes up a lot of space.
After he had just missed the three-pointer, this time he makes sure it goes through the iron as Lomax drives right inside and gets it to go there over Belt. Lomax with 6 points this quarter.
I will tell you this, the officials are letting them play because there is contact there, but it's nice, clean basketball.
It's been a close ball game so far. The largest lead of the night is 6 by Heritage Christian, and there it goes. Andrew Wiggins getting his first bucket of the half and his 10th point of the game. As it goes out of bounds, staying with Covenant Christian on this end of the floor. Let's take a look at this three-pointer here from Buckley. Just what a shot you get here from the senior.
That's deep. That's a deep three. Kid can play inside and out.
And my bad there, Buckley's a junior player for this Covenant Christian Ball Club. Buckley underneath pass to Wilson, who lays it in and draws the foul.
They knew Buckley could take that shot fake, and if you're one of those little kids at home watching this, shot fakes are good, and got him off the feet, and then great pass to Wilson to finish.
Buckley averaging 2 assists a ball game, and you put one right there for him, as Wilson is able to connect on the old-fashioned three-point play. It is a 3-point advantage for Covenant.
And now they pick him up, going to double team the ball. Pretty easy break that zone, didn't they?
Colvin tries to find Wiggins. It gets caught up in some traffic, and Lomax brings it back across. Lomax splits the defenders, puts up the shot, and gets the rattle to go inside the lane.
How about Lomax with 8 points this quarter?
Almost a steal by Wilson in transition. Belt gets it over outside McLemore for three, and he hits.
McLemore is deadly from there. Good shooter, follow through, nice shot.
First 3 points of the night for McLemore. And that cuts it to a 2-point advantage as you get a foul as Wilson was going along the baseline. Let's take a look at this and one here from Wilson, who has really come on here in the second half.
Yeah, Wilson did it. This is Buckley. Look at Wilson. Opened himself up for that pass, drew the 3-point play.
And, of course, he hit the subsequent free throw as Shelton no-look pass outside to Wilson, driving the baseline. Lomax all the way around the horn up top to Ashley. And there's Lomax right to the rack. Lomax with 10 points in this quarter alone. Long pass, good defense by Covenant Christian, tipped out of bounds by Buckley.
Buckley just towers over those guys. I mean, you look at him and you go, this kid is just talented.
But now at this juncture, it's a 4-point advantage for Covenant Christian. You're starting to see the Warriors really kind of get under the Heritage Christian skin a little bit.
Yeah, because they're playing a little bit more intense defense, except their 2-point basket.
Baseline basket there by Andrew Wiggins, his 12th point of the night. Wilson trying to get the handle on it. It somehow gets into the hands of Buckley.
We told you that this was a rivalry game, and both teams, you can tell the intensity that they want this game.
Heritage Christian leads the all-time series between these two teams. They lead at 16-7. Buckley unable to connect, but right there to put it back is Ashley, it appears. Ashley getting his 4th point of the night. And it stays a 4-point advantage for Covenant Christian as there's a foul coming up on Jaden Ashley. That will be his first of the night and the 3rd in the half. But as mentioned, Heritage Christian leading the all-time series here. The last time these two teams played was in the sectional semifinal, which was a 49-35 win for Covenant over Heritage Christian. And, of course, that would lead to a subsequent sectional championship for the Warriors before the season was shut down for the year because of the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah, so many teams playing so well, and 64 teams did not get to play a regional or a state championship.
Neal picks up his dribble, has to dump it off to Wiggins. And good defense there by Brock Buckley. Belmer in the corner. He's been hot tonight from outside. Dumps it off to Wiggins. Dortch also been hot from outside inside of a minute. And we have a foul coming up on Covenant Christian. Give that one to Graham Shelton, his first.
Well, they scored with, it's 51.3. I thought they said 5.3. I said, man, he went out there to get that ball.
Neal outside, Belmer wide open for 3, and he cannot take advantage of the open opportunity. Wilson comes screaming down the floor and lays it in.
How about the Euro step?
5 points for Micah Wilson. It has been the Micah Wilson-Brian Lomax show this quarter for Covenant Christian, but wide open underneath on the other side is Wiggins. Covenant Christian unable to get back in transition. Shelton, again, thinking better of a 3-point play in the corner. 9 seconds now on the clock. Wilson has an opening, lays it up, blocked off the backboard by Wiggins, but he's going to get called for the foul, putting Wilson at the line.
I like Wiggins aggressive to the play, though.
Wiggins' first foul of the night, second half for Heritage Christian, with 2.5 seconds remaining.
Wilson at the line for 2.
He is 1 for 1 with an earlier old-fashioned 3-point play in this quarter alone. Michael Wilson averaging 7 points a contest this season, a season high against Greenwood Christian Academy. As we take a look at this play here from Michael Wilson.
Goes right to the hole. Wiggins did exactly what they're supposed to do, go straight up at the body contact, but blocking off the backboard is very exciting. I wish I could do it.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
As Covenant Christian trying to make it their largest lead of the contest here if Wilson's able to connect on this free throw, and he does just that. 2 of 3 now is Michael Wilson at the foul stripe, as they got to put up a shot right at the buzzer, and that goes way long from John Henry McElmore, and we are now 1 quarter left to go in this rivalry Circle City Conference matchup here at Heritage Christian. Back in a minute on Indiana SRN.
Make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.indianasrn.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Your hauling or moving project has arrived, and College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving has you covered. Honest. Uniformed. Nice. Knowledgeable. Service. College Hunks Hauling, Junk, and Moving.
Be sure to follow us on YouTube and never miss a game at Indiana SRN at youtube.com. Tonight's game is also brought to you by McIntyre Imaging. Just go and visit them online at McIntyreImaging.com. You can always access more information and specials for Indiana SRN by clicking on their webpage, and call Liz at 317-997-9570. Full service imaging solutions provider.
Week full of basketball for you, January 12th through the 16th on Indiana SRN. 15 big games on the family of networks. How do you get to those? Go to our website, indianasrn.org, and if you would like to help us put more kids on the tube, hit the donate button on our website, or if you're a business, we can help you as well. You can email me at coach@indianasrn.org.
Heading to the fourth quarter here, you see Covenant Christian outscoring Heritage Christian in that third quarter, 21-13. But get this, Keith Myers, Covenant Christian was able to do that with Trey Flatt on the bench the entirety of the quarter.
Has 3 fouls. It will be important to see when he picks up the fourth, if he does, and what he does offensively here in the fourth quarter.
Flatt back into the ball game here as the Warriors trying to hold a 5-point advantage into the corner. 3 on the way from Buckley. Nothing there. Wilson gets the offensive rebound, and Flatt gets it underneath, hits Shelton underneath, finally able to get it to go. Does Graham Shelton. He has 5 points, and Covenant Christian with their largest lead of the ball game at 7 points.
And Flatt does that, makes everybody better on the floor, and really does a nice job giving the ball up.
McLemore getting closely guarded here by Tony. Flatt has to get rid of it. It's tipped over the timeline there. Trey Flatt wants him to call over and back, but unable to get the call there. It stays with Heritage Christian. Miles Colvin up top now. He pulls up just inside the arc for a long two. Nothing there. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Heritage Christian basketball. And Miles Colvin, only 6 points tonight. Been kind of a frustrating night for him trying to get himself going here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but he's only a sophomore, so come on. You're going to have nights like that. And I think Covenant Christian really kind of keyed on him. It was one of the keys that they needed to stop him, and they done a pretty nice job doing that.
Colvin averaging 24 points a contest, held to 6 points so far. The leading scorer for Heritage Christian is Andrew Wiggins, who has 14 points. A steal in transition, Euro step going against Mason Kay, and Trey Flatt draws his 4th foul, I believe, on that one. And Trey Flatt standing there in some sort of disbelief. As Kay looked, it appeared he had position down low. Flatt just trying to get the Euro step in there.
Caught him with a little bit of the elbow. Everybody's shaking their head, but, they've been consistent with that all night. So.
And now, a little bit of confusion here for Heritage Christian on the substitutions as they put Dortch back into the ball game.
They had 6 guys on the floor. Referee's not going to put the ball into play.
So they finally get things moving as Belmer screams down floor and leaves it for Mason Kay. Kay picks up his dribble, gets it back to Belmer. He almost trips himself up there.
Nice.
And has to bring it back outside.
Covenant Christian's defense definitely has stepped up in this quarter.
Jonathan Dortch getting right against Shelton, unable to connect there. And Wilson Had a heck of a third quarter, trying to make it a heck of a fourth quarter. Nothing there for him. Loose ball on the ground. Buckley comes up with it. Tony flat for three. Nothing there again. Offensive rebound. 3 ball from Lomax. A little strong there.
Somebody lost a shoe.
And it would be Mr. Colvin down there. He gets it back on, and they're able to keep going and play. As both teams really stressing the urgency now here, especially Heritage Christian. They're down 7 with inside 6 to play.
How about keep on playing with your shoe? I mean, you really kind of want to stop because you don't want anybody to step on your foot, but he just keeps right at it. That's excellent.
Jaden Ashley checking back into the ball game for Covenant Christian. And so far in the first 2 minutes of this ball game, only 2 points have been scored by either team. That was by Graham Shelton about 90 seconds ago. Belmer into the corner. Has Belt. Timeout called by Heritage Christian, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on Indiana SRN. As positive anything is better than negative nothing. Be a good sport. Indiana SRN always promotes good sportsmanship.
Indiana SRN will have the city tournament for the girls. Opening rounds are on Monday. The second round Tuesday night. We have a game for you Tuesday night. Heritage Christian will either play Indianapolis Cecina or Indianapolis Attucks. Game time is at 7:30. That is a webcast game. Then the semifinals are Thursday, doubleheader, 6 and 7:30, and the championship game Friday night at 7:30. Those are 4 of the 15 games we have this week. Check out our website, Indiana SRN. Thank you for watching the family of networks, Indiana SRN, where you're always in the game.
Taking a look at the stat sheet here, Keith Myers, we mentioned earlier in the contest that 16 points off of the bench came from Heritage Christian in the third quarter alone, on top of the fact that Covenant Christian was able to shut down most of the starters, including Miles Colvin. They were able to shut down the bench players as well. Heritage Christian does not have a single point off of the bench since the halftime period.
Which tells you, during the adjustment, something was said, and it was enforced.
As you see, A.J. Neal coming off of the bench for Heritage Christian with 7 points, as well as Jonathan Dortch with 6 points. All of those coming in the first half. Out of the timeout, Belmer will inbound the ball, and it's right into the hands of Buckley, who lays it up and lays it in. Buckley now has 20 points. This is his second consecutive game for the Warriors where he has scored 20 points. Jonathan Dortch drives the baseline, gets the offensive foul. Good position there by Brock Buckley, and another turnover by the Eagles.
Buckley did not hesitate at all when he went down the floor on the offense. And on the defensive side, he got position, took the charge. He's playing he would be our player of the game right now.
So far, indeed, as we are now inside 5.5 minutes left to play. Another interesting thing to look at here, Keith Myers, is the fact that Covenant Christian, as you see Colvin going right to the basket and laying it in, he now has 8 points. But as we were saying there, Covenant Christian has not called a single timeout in this ball game, as Shelton is short on the 3 ball. Rebound comes to Buckley, draws the foul there. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, Covenant Christian has not called a timeout. Heritage only 2 timeouts left, and that's in a tight ball game. This is you want to have those timeouts.
Buckley looking for 21 points, and he gets it there. As this is now a new season high for him. And Covenant Christian looking for their 9th win of the season. And in fact, last season, Covenant Christian won 19 games to 7 losses. And by my records, that is the most wins that Covenant Christian has ever recorded in a basketball season. Just this season ago, Colvin loses the handle on it. Tony Flatt kicking it back outside. Micah Wilson loses the handle on it. A.J. Neal gets poked in the eye and is able to shake that off. as Belmer comes in transition, hits Wiggins in stride, can't get the reverse layup to go. Michael Wilson coming back again, and he checks up and lets things reset.
How about Michael Wilson, who ran the ball for football just up and down the floor fast.
And the pass from Wilson looking for Lomax. Just a little bit of a miscommunication there and another turnover.
That's just an online bounce pass where you just have to realize where your ball is coming from. You got to take a step to go get the ball.
Now we have a whistle as Colvin was bringing it in transition. And it's an official timeout here. As, we'll see A.J. Neal check out of the ball game. It looks like he may have lost a contact lens.
Man, that's tough to do, especially trying to find it on a floor. You wear glasses, you understand that.
Exactly. Andrew Wiggins off the inbound, spins right over Buckley and lays it in. That's now 16 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Nice performance for Andrew.
He leads the Heritage Christian Eagles in that department. Covenant now going to be taking their time here as they still hold a 7-point advantage. And Lomax kicks it up top to Wilson. Wilson right down the middle of the lane, and he hits it.
Down Meridian.
8 points now for Michael Wilson, all of those coming in the second half. It's been a night and day game for him. It's been a night and day game for this Covenant Christian squad. They were down by 4 at half. They have been able to come back now to a 9-point advantage. Colvin draws the offensive foul off of Buckley yet again. That's the second time this has happened in the half. Let's take a look at this screaming play from Wilson down in the middle.
Cup the ball, change hands a little bit, and then up and over.
3 fouls now for Miles Colvin. 2 of those are offensive fouls. As we see now Trey Flatt check back into the ball game. So now, with that foul, Covenant Christian has the privilege of shooting free throws from here on out. As we await the officials here at the scorer's table, getting things all squared away. It's a 9-point advantage. We have 3:25 left on the clock. Everything sorted out. Flat to take it out. Wilson gets around the double team, checks back up, kicking it back outside to Flat. Flat has been held scoreless in this second half. He's also dealing with foul trouble. He has 4 to his name. And we got a blocking foul coming up here on John McLemore. So Flat going at the line now for a 1-and-1 opportunity. Flat has hit 2 free throws earlier in this contest.
You know, as bad as he's playing, Covenant Christian has really bounced back and rallied for him.
Again, lots of points off the bench here for Covenant Christian in this second half as Riggle splits the defenders, gets it to go there. His second field goal of the night. He has 5.
Used the backboard as a helper there.
Lomax back outside to Ashley, and we have an offensive foul here on Lomax. He kicked it away, but he was out of control with Riggle establishing his position. That's now 3 on Brian Lomax. And now Covenant Christian will put Heritage Christian in the bonus on the next foul.
Here's the pressure.
Getting it across the timeline is Belt as he finds McLemore, who loads up a 3, and he knocks that one down. A big 3-pointer down the stretch here from McLemore. He has 6 points.
And they have just cut this lead to 4.
And there's a foul by McLemore in transition. Let's take a look at that shot here from McLemore again. Just gets inside, kicks off the defender, and loads it up.
And you know, the little push, there was no contact. I mean, there might have been contact, but there's no foul there. That's a good goal.
So here's a 1-and-1 for Wilson, who has had a stellar second half. And Covenant Christian is 0 for 2 on the last 2 free throws. Riggle down inside, nothing there. Buckley comes away with the rebound, and Flatt keeps the urgency up as Heritage Christian has now been able to cut this to a 4-point ball game with 2 minutes left to go. Flatt right to the rim, can't get it to fall. His frustrating night continues. Riggle fakes the 3 ball underneath to Wiggins, and it is a 7-0 run here for Heritage Christian to cut it to 2.
You know, the missed free throws are costing Covenant Christian vital points. Same thing that happened to him last Thursday, as there's a timeout, and it's a
30-second timeout called by Covenant Christian, so we'll keep it right here on Indiana SRN, which is very excited to be a part of the success of this team as we prepare for the next school year. We humbly ask you to consider supporting us. Every donation, big or small, gets us one step closer to putting another kid on TV for grandma who lives out of state, or viewing parties in Texas, or for our troops in the Middle East, all who watch our streams. To help us, simply go to our website at indianasrn.org and hit the donate button. It is just that easy. We thank you for your support.
And if you're a business, we're looking for some sectional sponsorship, as sectional is just a month away. And if you like to be involved with that, there's lots of packages available. We got a picture and a window or picture and picture we can sell you. If you like to contact us at Coach at Indiana SRN, we'd like to do that.
So out of the timeout here, it is a 7-0 run by Heritage Christian here over the last minute or so. They've really been able to take advantage of some missed free throws and a few missed opportunities here from Covenant Christian down the stretch.
Yeah, and now with 139, you got to knock down your free throws, and you got to be deliberate with the basketball. If you're Heritage, keep playing as aggressive as you are.
No foul call there as Tony Flatt gets it across, and wide open underneath is Jaden Ashley. That is a shot that Covenant Christian desperately needed here down the stretch. Back to a 4-point advantage. Riggle tries to pull up.
Oh, help him.
Colvin right down into the lane, and he lays it in. So Colvin, after only 2 points in the first half, he has now been able to knock down 8 points here in the second half. He has 10 overall. Trey Flatt into the lane. Big teardrop shot there for Trey Flatt.
Boy, when he needed points, he got it, didn't he?
Now he has 10 points. McLemore into the lane, and he's going to get called for the travel there as he dragged his pivot foot trying to Euro step inside. A costly turnover there now as we are inside 40 seconds left in this ball game.
Yeah, now the dilemma, do you foul and have them shoot free throws, or?
That's the age-old question here as we have an official timeout here. In fact, they're going to be giving a timeout to Heritage Christian, which will be a full timeout, I believe. And we'll stay here on Indiana SRN, but be sure to get a free estimate. Hear it from College Hunks and Movers, professional and affordable movers for local or long distance. Our movers and service experts are here to make moving easier. 14 years of experience, family owned and operated, fast and professional. Call College Hunks and Movers today at 317-516-0569.
Tell Wes Snyder we said to call him.
As you see Coach Scott Flatt in his huddle here with his Warriors squad. 500, 174, and 174 in his 16th year as the head coach of the Warriors.
Hard to believe he's been there 16 years. We've been with Covenant Christian for 10 years. Scott was a graduate of Heritage Christian, played at Heritage Christian with Jim Martin. Just a great history between us and Indiana SRN and them. It's been a very interesting trip.
And Buckley's going to call a timeout here as they are unable to get a good inbound. And that is now the second timeout called by Heritage Christian tonight. We'll be back in a minute on Indiana SRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the Indiana SRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
As you see Heritage Christian in their respective huddle trying to overcome a 4-point deficit down the stretch here as they trail Covenant Christian with 38 seconds left in this contest. With Keith Myers, I'm Kurt Darling. Good matchup here down the stretch. It was Heritage Christian by 4 at halftime. Now it's Covenant Christian by 4 with less than a minute to go.
Now you got the ball inbounds. Now you got to give the ball away.
But first, Heritage Christian's going to commit a foul to send Trey Flatt to the foul stripe. He has missed his previous 1-and-1 opportunity as Covenant Christian has not been able to connect on their last 2 free throw attempts. And by my book here, it looks like that is number 4 on Miles Colvin. As Trey Flatt unable to connect here for 2 shots. You've got to make any shot you can here. They have missed now their last 3 free throw attempts. But Flatt is able to connect there to make it a 5-point ball game.
I bet you Monday they'll start practicing free throws.
Maybe just a little bit here. Nonetheless, it's still just enough for Covenant Christian to hold the lead as we get inside 30 seconds. No time to waste here for Heritage as outside Colvin loads up a 3 and he hits it from the corner. He cuts it to a 1-point ball game and a timeout's called by Coach Wallace. A full timeout, his final timeout of the game, but nonetheless a clutch shot hit by Colvin. We'll take a break here and catch our breath. Back in a minute on Indiana SRN.
There's no greater anti-poverty measure than to give a person a job. That helps them start to change that trajectory.
Morales Group is a full-service staffing company that provides temporary labor in the Indianapolis, Central Indiana market.
It was a challenge that was given by my father. He wanted me to give back much more than I had been. Then I realized that when he said more, he wanted me to see how I could give more. And it wasn't just in money, but in time and in services. And that's how the Morales Group was created.
I started off at Morales Group as an intern. I interned for 3 years before going on full-time staff here. What I love most about Morales Group is that big family aspect. I come from a big family in Mexico, and since the company is continuously growing, I feel like there's always a new member of the family that I get to know.
We're willing to give. We're willing to serve others, and we're not expecting something in return.
Come talk to us. We would love to work with you.
So here we go with 20 seconds left to go. We have a 1-and-1 opportunity, or actually, no, we have a inbound coming here for Covenant Christian after a big 3-pointer hit by Miles Colvin to cut it to 2 points. Trey Flatt inbounds the ball, and he gets it right back. And it seems if they're going to send anybody to the foul stripe here, it appears they want Trey Flatt in that position.
You know, they did the old double pass. That works a lot with it. If you release someone down the floor, they probably didn't have that option. But nice indoor pass, and now you got to knock down these free throws.
As we were talking about during the break, 5 missed free throws here in this second half by Covenant Christian. But Trey Flatt is able to connect. He has hit his last 2, but nonetheless he is 2 of 5 from the foul stripe tonight.
You think he said in the huddle, I can make it.
As he's now 3 of 6 here in this quarter, or 3 of 5 rather in this quarter. He is 5 of 7 on the night. Outside, big shot there from Colvin, doesn't fall. 5 seconds left to go, and Buckley is fouled. If Buckley hits these foul shots, it's going to be pretty much over for Heritage Christian. Give the foul to John McLemore, his 4th. So next on Covenant Christian's agenda here, they go right back-to-back in conference play. They'll be taking on Guerin Catholic in 4 days' time. That will be on January 15th, tip-off at 7:30. You can catch that game right here on Indiana SRN as Buckley nails the first of 2 free throws.
Heritage Christian on the 14th plays Heron at 7:30 as well.
That one going to be a true road game. As time winding down here, Belt is right underneath, lays it up, but with 0.3 seconds left to go, you have a timeout called here by Covenant. They're gonna stop the clock here to at least put some time, an accurate number of time back on the clock as you see them all go to their respective sidelines. But John Belt able to get the shot to fall, his first 2 points of the night.
Interesting, they call a timeout with 0.7 left.
So they reset the clock. They stopped the clock, or they stopped the game to put some more time back on the clock here. They put it to 0.7 as they keep everybody in their respective huddles. But nonetheless, a 4-point advantage here. It's all but sealed for Covenant Christian. They'll pick up their 9th win of the season. After winning their first 8 games of the season, a good bounce-back victory likely here for Covenant Christian after that loss to University. And as you mentioned, Keith Myers next on the agenda here for the Eagles. They'll be playing Indianapolis Heron, and that will be their last game before they head into the city tournament, which will kick off on January 19th. So both teams coming out of their respective huddles here. Just an inbound, and that will do it here. As Heritage Christian just has to have somebody take the ball out.
Yeah. Or Covenant Christian needs to take.
Or it'll be Covenant Christian taking it out here.
Someone just take the ball out.
Someone just take the ball out here, and just got to end the game here. So you have Trey Flatt inbound the ball, and that will do it as time expires. And Covenant Christian, overcoming a 4-point deficit at halftime, comes back to win by 4 over the Heritage Christian Eagles. We've gone final here at the Eagles Nest. A well-coached game and a well-played game here by the Warriors tonight.
Yeah, both teams played really, really well. And, Covenant Christian at the second half adjusted defensively and put a lot more pressure. And then the bench got involved, where Heritage's bench got involved in the first half. Both of these teams will probably see each other again. We know for sure sectional, because they both play in the same sectional right here in March. So should be a very interesting contest. I tell you what, though, Heritage Christian played very well. I like the coaching job that he does, and Scott Flatt has always been very consistent.
Indeed it has, as both teams now meet for a post-game prayer and a handshake. Of course, COVID-related handshake here, that is, keeping everybody socially distanced as much as they can. Once again, your final score here tonight: Covenant Christian wins over Heritage Christian 67-37. For our cameraman Brandon Krull, our on-site engineer Ben Wood, for Keith Myers, I'm Kurt Darling saying so long till next time. You have been watching Circle City Conference Boys basketball action here on Indiana SRN. So long, everybody.